Morning everyone, hope you're all okay. Hope you had a good day yesterday and have a good day today. So just diving in the Bitcoin chart here, you can see that we broke out of this wedge here, and what I've done now, I've created a new channel. So we're gonna keep an eye on this trend, this channel here that we've created. If we zoom out a little bit, you'll see that down here we touched the bottom, touched the top, the bottom is support. Now we're touching up here as resistance. So this could be a good key area of resistance and support now moving forward for Bitcoin. We could potentially crash down here and still be in a bull market and still be in an uptrend, guys. So it's something to keep an eye on. And what I have seen potentially, as you can see just here, we did creep up, hit the top of this trend line as resistance, come back down, and now you can see this rising wedge. We actually bounced off that as support, which is positive. But what I am seeing, there's two potential things that I'm seeing right now in the Bitcoin chart. And if I switch to the 15-minute, I'm just looking at the 15-minute chart here, as you can see, for Bitcoin, and it looks like it potentially might be forming a head and shoulders on the 15-minute time frame. So that's the left shoulder, a head, and the right shoulder. So effectively this could come back down, test this trend line as support, and then potentially break down. So if it was to break down it back into the wedge, that would be a very bearish signal, and the target would be from the top there of the head down to the neckline. If we broke down, we could potentially fall down to this level here. It could potentially fall down that much through the wedge down to the bottom, which would be extremely bearish for Bitcoin. And we could say from that position there, if we was to break that neckline with volume, that could be a 3% trade on a short position on Bitcoin. Or if you was to say, okay, it is looking likely that it is potentially a head and shoulders pattern, and obviously we're going to go down as this has come up because it's a reverse. Because what happens is with a head and shoulders, it goes up and then it goes up again, it comes down and tries to go up again, and it doesn't get to the previous high. So that basically means that the move is invalidated, it can't go any higher, so it means it's going to come down. So if you was to say, okay, right, I do think it's going to go short, I'm confident, you could say from this level here, set yourself a small stop loss, a few percent, a couple of percent there, like that, and I'm going to go short, and that'd be a 4% trade, guys, from this position here. So that's just something to think about on Bitcoin. The alternative move for Bitcoin, there's an alternative move for Bitcoin. This could just be a horizontal triangle, something like this. It's broke up out of this rising wedge, and now it's just trading in this triangle like this. You see, touching the bottom, touching the top, touching the bottom, touching the top, and it'll probably continue to do something like this until it breaks out. And when it breaks out, it's usually to the upside of an horizontal triangle because it's a continuation pattern, and you would be looking at a target from the point at which it touched the top of the triangle to the bottom, and you'll be looking at a target of up there at 54k, and that would coincide and line up with our target out of the cup and handle that we've done earlier in the charts for Bitcoin, just down there, guys, as you can see. But this is on the 15-minute time frame, so it's something to keep an eye on. Switch back to the 4-hourly. So again, you can see that we've broken out of this rising wedge here on the 4-hourly time frame, which is bullish. We've gone up, we tested the top of this trend line, okay, which again is bullish. We've come down, we've hit the top of the rising wedge as support, and now we're bouncing back up. So is it a case of we're just going to do this now on Bitcoin, or the other two factors going to play out where we're going to dip down and create that head and shoulders, or are we going to go up to this 53k? Again, no one's got a crystal ball on Bitcoin. I'm just showing you the potentials of what could happen here. It can go either way. But again, if you keep an eye on the volume here, guys, as that volume decreases, a breakout will be imminent. At the minute, I would say that we're looking more likely to go up and definitely test this trend line as resistance. If we can get through that, then we'll hit the 53k. In fact, you could say that we potentially could, if we line up with that, then this trend line is absolutely amazing. If we can hit 53k by the 22nd of February, What's the date today? So if we can hit 53k, 53,556 by the 22nd of February, you look at the bottom of the chart there, guys, then this trend line is absolutely spot on, and we'll follow this. We'll use this as a guide when to sell, when to buy, where's the support, where's the resistance as Bitcoin continues in this trend. So let's keep an eye on this trend line, guys, because this could be absolutely paramount. We could see something like this for Bitcoin, you know, and if it hits that spot there, that would be absolutely amazing. So here's hoping, guys. So yeah, possible playouts for Bitcoin. I'm just going to jump onto the Ethereum chart right now. So again, we're looking at Ethereum, and you can see that it hit some form of resistance up here as it went up. Again, it didn't quite make the top, but this is acting as a very, very good line to show us where the resistance is. So again, this was a very tradable event, guys, as Ethereum went up yesterday, got towards the top, shorted it back down. So again, what will happen with Ethereum here? Is it going to dump down to this center line here, support, and bounce back up? Something to keep an eye on Ethereum. There is a little bit of bearish sentiment towards Ethereum at the moment, because I don't know if you're aware that BNB is absolutely flying. I did make a video on that the other day. I don't know if any of you guys have watched that in the channel, but BNB's absolutely took off, and the whole Ethereum ecosystem seems to be taking a bit of a knock. Various Ethereum projects, the DEXs, etc. You know, Uniswap, 1inch, unfortunately, SushiSwap, they're all taking a hit because it seems that a lot of developers hypothetically are moving to Binance Chain, Binance Smart Chain. That's why BNB's flying. And if you look at projects like PancakeSwap, Bakery, Berry Data, those kind of projects on the Binance Smart Chain are absolutely blowing up. So it looks like we could be experiencing a bit of a sell-off potentially in Ethereum and the Ethereum projects towards more of a bias towards the Binance Smart Chain contract. So not financial advice, guys, but do take a look at some of the Binance Smart Chain contracts over the coming days. I'll try and make a few videos regarding those because they are going to pump. And the reason is because the fees are so low. I'll show you a fee right now. So we're on the Binance Smart Chain scan. It's a Binance Smart Chain Explorer, guys. I'll drop the link in the description. And this is basically just an explorer for the Binance Smart Chain. As you can see, the Binance price is up a whopping 40% to $265. I did set a target in my video of $222, which absolutely smashed through that, which is great for those that followed the trade. And yeah, it's not showing any signs of stopping, to be honest with you. And there's a lot of projects on there that are absolutely taking off as well. So if we look at the projects, so we look at the various projects now, as you can see, you've got PancakeSwap, which is blowing up, Venus, and all the other, like Venus XVS is blowing up as well, and Bakery token just there, Swipe. So if we click on, say, PancakeSwap, you can see that the holders is increasing, 78,393. You can see that PancakeSwap is up a whopping 71% in the last day, up at $18.28. And if we was to go to a transaction now and we look, you can see that the transaction fee is like 34 cents. And this is basically doing exactly the same as Uniswap and all the other Ethereum DEXs, the swaps, and it's costing next to nothing, where Ethereum, and it's instant as well. And not only that, the fees, obviously. I mean, if you were to do a comparable, if we go to Uniswap now, we'll look at Uniswap on Everscan. So as you can see, Uniswap is actually down in the past day. It is taking a bit of a hit. So if we look at a transaction, for example, so again, you can see it's just a swap, just like is being done on PancakeSwap. But you look at the fee, guys. The fee is whopping. It's massive. So, you know, is there a bit of an exodus towards the Binance Smart Chain? And is that why Ethereum and various Ethereum projects are taking a bit of a dip? They're taking a bit of a knock. So watch this space, guys, because BNB is absolutely tearing a hole in it. if we look at BNB now, well, you can see down here, I made my video the other day saying that BNB would break out up to $222, this target here, because it was the same, the breakout from there to there to there, and that gave me my target just there, right? So it went up, and you can see it hit a bit of resistance, and then it's carried on going. So Binance chain, BNB, is absolutely going ballistic. It's going ballistic, and it's basically because obviously the fees and all that. So keep an eye on that, guys. Over the coming days, you could see a mass exodus towards BNB token. I'm going to jump onto Chainlink now. As you can see, Chainlink is just kind of crabbing. It is being, is hitting this center line now as some form of resistance, just like we spoke about. Would it continue to go along like this and just keep it in this center line as resistance until it decides to break out? But again, what's positive for Chainlink is the fact that it is still within this channel, still well within this channel here. It's trading in this channel, so that's positive, and it is just kind of creeping up. And as it goes up, obviously the support gets higher and higher and higher for Chainlink. So yeah, it's just crabbing along nicely, guys. Just awaiting some good news on Chainlink about staking and stuff like that, and that could potentially just absolutely blow up. Just going to look at REEF, because REEF looks like it's took a bit of a dip. Yeah, and as you can see, we were targeting this support line here. So if we drop the fib out. So unfortunately, we have spoken about REEF, and we said that if it was to drop out of this trend here, then we will be looking at this level down here as a key level of support for REEF. So potentially we could see a drop down to 0.3 cents and then a bounce. I would expect some form of resistance coming here, but I'm just going to bring up the fib on REEF, because let's have a look at what it did. The fib, we'll go from the top to the bottom, what we believe is the bottom. So you see yesterday REEF tried to break out above the 0.236 on the fib, and just like I said as it goes up, it's going to hit some resistance, and look, it bounced right off that. It got rejected right off that, off of 0.382, because traders are looking at these guys, they're looking at the fibs, and they're shorting there, you know, and that's how they make the money. So now 0.236, sorry, and potentially we could dump down to the bottom of the fib, retest that local bottom and bounce. So again, you know, this is a really critical time for REEF. Again, it's another DeFi project, and DeFi's getting a bit of a hit at the moment because of what's going on with the Binance Smart Chain. It's a bit indecisive. So just to mark that for you guys, the very bottom of this move is 0.355. So that should act as a great level of resistance. We lose that, then that's your next level of resistance. I'm going to mark that for you guys. So just there, we could potentially see a bigger dump down to 0.354. So again, just keep an eye on these fib levels as we do creep back up on REEF. I'm not saying it's game over for REEF, but the fact that the indecisiveness in the market around Ethereum and DeFi and all that biz, you know, and the fact that Binance Smart Chains just exploding, perhaps the market is shifting a little bit towards that sector until it decides what it wants to do. But you can see that's quite a bullish candle just there that's being painted on the 4-hourly time frame. The buyers are kind of stepping in there, hence why the body of the candle has gone up a bit. Yeah, so again, key levels there to keep an eye on for REEF. Potentially come back down, test this bottom as support. Hopefully we don't lose that, and the bounce back up will be perfectly healthy. If not, we lose that, then obviously we're going to come back down to this level and test it as support. Hopefully bounce back up again, perfectly healthy. But what is quite bearish on REEF, obviously, is the fact that we have dropped out of that channel in which we've been trading. Yeah, so just something to keep an eye on, guys. Unfortunately, we have dropped out of this channel. So that is quite a bearish move on REEF. Okay guys, that's short and sweet for today. I'm going to do another video on a project that I'm looking at, Polka Starter, today. So keep an eye out for that, guys. I'll catch you tomorrow. Stay safe. Take it easy.